Yes, I did count time wrong for the Morgoth video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Middle-earth. I am Raven Shadow, and today we are playing as the Avari. Not in Divide and Conquer, but in Silmarillion Total War. You may have guessed by now that I like me some Dark Elves, and the Avari do in fact have a special place in my heart. You gotta love the way these guys look. They're all like green and stuff, and they've got these masks. These masks are kind of freaky, not gonna lie. The Rangers of the Hidden Path. Now, apparently, Rangers in this mod is more likely to have... It's a troop type more likely to have javelins than bows, which is an interesting way to shake things up. Then there's Bow Wards of the Darkling Woods, also with the masks, but they've got this kind of barky looking shield, which is neat to look at, if nothing else. Personally, I don't like this particular mask as much. Actually, you know what? I just don't think that the look on them is as good as it is on the others. But they are a lower tier unit, so that could be by design. Then we've got these, you know what, never mind. They're pointless. But we also have, the First Refusers. These guys are really cool. Yeah, they have a sling, it shoots, basically war crimes. Chemical weaponry. Yeah, you know, the thing that Assad and Netanyahu use all the time. So basically the trees who are floating. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Their feet are well above the ground. Basically, they last for a very long time, and I thought that they were gonna have a pretty high attack, but nope. Nope. They just last forever and a day, so I guess they're for tying up important units like maybe cavalry and stuff while the rest of your army deals with everything else. Honestly, it seems to me like every unit in this mod is important, so knowing which ones to tie up with these guys you could be spoiled for choice. And then this guy, well, he's basically the same thing, except that he's just one dude. At least his feet touch the ground. He does have a ranged attack, but I had a lot of trouble getting him to use it. Actually, no, that makes it sound like I got him to use it. I did not. I don't think... maybe he got off one shot? I don't know. Anyway. My opponent was... Oh yeah, I've moved way back here. I forget why, but yeah, Magalherin, whom I generally just refer to as Mag. He apparently is pretty new to the mod, possibly to Total War, or at least to multiplayer. But anyway, he seems like a pretty cool guy. Now that the stakes are placed, I moved my Moss Stalkers up here, and all my units, most of them, except the general, are hiding. And Mag was like, "Where's your army? I only see like three units. You've only got how many? I see you have stakes though." I think part of the reason why I moved back so far was because I wanted to use the chemical weapons early and have as many of them run through it as possible. However, the range on these First Refusers is not what you would expect for a sling. A sling should be able to reach that already, and they're not shooting yet. I know that these are elves, and elven archers are great, but I pitch to you the idea. If elven archers are so great, then why wouldn't elven slingers be just as great? Yeah, he's got his, Oh, I missed the funniest part. This in here, this is his general unit. He sent his general really far forward for some reason, and I mobbed it with with the tree gargoyles. Over here, his cavalry did get off their charge, but we got off our volley first, and it cost them a fairly large number of their troops. And we're getting off all kinds of javelin shots and archery on them. Yeah. I didn't set up very well. Or rather, I didn't compose my army very well. I was still trying to find something to cheese, okay? I forget whether I thought that was gonna be the trees or what. Here's the tree guy, and he kind of almost succeeded in tying up the cavalry a little bit. But his one job failed miserably. The Rangers are doing quite well as frontline troops, but that doesn't matter when they get charged in the rear by cavalry. Now this looks really quick to replay, but I remind you, my PC, my internet connection stutters like crazy. So it was actually playing out at like twice or 3 times the speed. Took very long for all this stuff to happen. And it was all full of just wheeling and dealing and trying to get an advantage, and it was pretty obvious somewhat early on that Mag had much better army composition than I did. He still let that happen, though. I think that was the only horse who actually died on the stakes, though. Which was extremely disappointing. Yeah, these tree guys are still going. As is the grandfather over there. They've lost a lot, but they're still going. They haven't killed very many. They did not manage to kill his general. And it's just getting increasingly more and more in Mag's favor. And can only get that way from here on out. I was still doing stuff, but my troops were routing. We were collapsing. He'd killed a lot of us. And the tree wasn't using his ranged weapon. And his melee weapon isn't doing a lot of good. I think the reason why... Oh. Okay. So he did manage to use his ranged weapon one time. And there goes our general. But when he used that ranged weapon, everybody got right back up afterward. And there he goes. Wait, yep. Yeah. So, as you can tell, like, it was an absolute bloodbath. Like, Mag commanded pretty well, but he wouldn't have had to. Like, I could have beat this setup from me, okay? I'm not even sure, like, who's still fighting. Oh, right, the trees. Of course. 2 trees. Yeah. Yeah! Well, it was a fun battle anyway. Despite all that stuff. It's always a pleasure to lose a close fight. Although it is better to win one. The unit that lost the most was this unit of Bow Wards of the Darkling Woods. I believe they were the Spear unit. Unit that killed the most was the Rangers of the Hidden Path, of course, with the Javelins. Followed by the First Refusers, with their slings and whatever their melee weapon is, wakizashis, I guess. It was a fun battle, I enjoyed it.